be. I ball like MLB. These Bottega boots ain't cheap. My car ain't got no key. I push the start to start my week. I'm in this photo, pour so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo, pour so photogenic. All my life I've been a go-getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Photo, pour so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo, pour so photogenic. All my life I've been a go-getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast, the 6-4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. That hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. G. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like...
We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Tonight, we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll be backed up a bit to start as he's out of bounds at the 16. Dak going to start out going to the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Prescott off play action. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Off the play fake, Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. A 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at the 20. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Off play action. It's Howell. On the move to his left. And he will find his man Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. For the play fake, and now here's how to throw it. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Here's a diving catch right side. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Commanders put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood. Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play fake. Here's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Play action now. Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now they go play action with Howell. Flush to his right. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Straight ahead, Gibson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll go play action. Howell. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Commanders lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 14-0. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
A give up the middle to Gibson. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask. So they'll get the yardage on the run and get 15 more for good measure.
Yeah, that wasn't too difficult to spot. You heard the sideline erupting, and the flags came out almost immediately.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. A handoff running left is Gibson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Oh, Prescott stripped. 21-0 our score after one. So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. On play action, Prescott. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken around the 12. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Faking the handoff. Howell. Man open. It's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Working with a 2nd and 3. They'll try the left side with Gibson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
On first down, right back to Gibson. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Commanders are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. He sets to fire deep. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play here for Dallas. And even 60 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Mike 22 is coming, 22's coming, Mike. Not today, you are. Not today.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Mike 22 is coming, 22's coming, Mike. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Prescott from the gun. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake
cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
They'll roll him out right. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, 96 yards. And the Commanders have taken a 5-touchdown lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Prescott. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's going to float this one deep right side. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it. And the Commanders are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. There's 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Commanders have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right, throw it out the window. Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Slam.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. He'll get this up to about the 44.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Let's put that team on the bus. We're going to 52.
From the 44, Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. And the Commanders force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. Well, that is now his fifth interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Slings this deep for McLaurin. And got his man complete. A huge play there for Washington. 53 yards. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. Touchdown! Terry McLaurin on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Room here to run.
Yeah, baby, we come again.
Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Cowboys get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
Howell, another throw on second down. Slings this deep from McLaurin. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Final play of the half. Prescott looking deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Second half starts with a run by Gibson. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Gibson. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A handoff for Gibson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing here, Howell. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. Well, I tell you, I think by definition you won't get any closer to equaling the record than that.
Not at all. 64 yards, end over end. And I think he's going to come up about a half a revolution short. And that could really have bounced either way.
Prescott on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So still 14 yards to go. 2nd down.
It's our time. It's our time. 31's the mic.
Now Prescott. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. And this one quickly to Lamb. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down.
Max 22. Hey, they're scared. They're scared. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Rip right. Max 22, Max 20. 47.
Prescott to throw on 4th. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Out to his left. Got his target, Samuel. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And here's a give to Gibson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the 1st half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with Patterson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Jared Patterson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Commanders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Being chased out left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
What we got?
Prescott now. Looking left side, and it's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Watch left. He's stopped right there. Hey, we got 3 down.
Dak swinging this out quickly to Lamb. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
2nd and 2.
Big series right here. We got to step in. Go to 54. 31's the mic. Check right.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Well, that's one of the drawbacks of running the RPO. If those linemen go into run block mode, you can't throw it if they're more than a yard downfield. Prescott fires one out wide, complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Something we're seeing more of with the rise of the run-pass option. A legal man downfield, and that's going to back him up. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To the air again, Prescott. Now a leaping catch, he's got it. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 42. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Here's a quick throw by Dak, complete out wide. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now Prescott. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And this is taken in at the 5. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Here's Pollard again. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Cameron Curl. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Flushed out right. Oh, Prescott stripped. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Let's go now. Hawk 70, Hawk 70, 1918. Deuce, 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 deuce. Bang, 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 bang.
They'll run. It's Gibson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah,
and now here is another interception. It's Tariq Castro Fields who picked it. And the Commanders will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And my goodness, another interception. It's Tariq Castro Fields who picked it, and the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Steps away to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. That's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. Rolling to his left. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And now here is another interception. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. From the right hash, this from 33. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario.